All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for my fellow Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. That's for Sun, Moon, Rising, or anybody really who comes across this. It's always my intention there is something in here for everyone. And my readings are also timeless. Although I just heard recently a reader say technically all tarot readings are timeless because things happen cyclically. They come around. And Princess K is here. Good morning. Um, uh, so, whenever you see this, it's meant for you. And so I've decided to incorporate something a little bit new into my readings. I did this yesterday for air signs, and um, usually, often when I'm shuffling my cards, I will play music, and it occurred to me that something I can do is to start a song as I'm thinking about whoever I'm doing the reading for. And then kind of the title of that song will be the bass line for the reading. And so the title of the song that came up for you today is Last Time. And another interesting thing about this is I've chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will clarify with other decks. And I'm kind of feeling like we have a love reading on our hands, uh, at least for somebody. Doesn't have to be, but somebody tuning in is definitely dealing with some kind of love situation. And as I was shuffling one of my decks, twice the Lover's card came around. So we'll see how this goes with the clarifying cards. But to begin, we have all the cards in the reverse, in the protection position. We have building blocks and go the distance. And both of these speak to letting something go. Specifically with this card, it's needing to get really honest with yourself about where in your life something has been built on a faulty foundation, where things you might be noticing things are starting to crumble, that maybe your values have started to change, your ideas about how you want to live your life, and somewhere your life isn't lining up with those new values. Or maybe you're just seeing that you're in some kind of situation that you're starting to get really clear that it's not working for you. It's kind of holding you back, and needing to let go, needing to purge so that you can build on a more solid foundation. In order to move forward, you have to remove the the crumbling parts, the parts that aren't gonna, the weak links. And then with the go the distance card, it's also a letting go, in that you're on some kind of journey. You're in the midst of some kind of change in your life, some kind of transformation. You maybe started some kind of project, especially because I mentioned the love thing. If you're Maybe you've left a situation, or you're thinking of leaving a situation, and you're kind of in the middle of it. And it's some kind of situation that's requiring you to have perseverance, to go the distance, to pace yourself. And you're in this in between place right now where uh, you might be feeling a little lost. You might be feeling like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? This feels like it's going to go on forever, that I might be lost in the desert and I'm never going to find my way out. And it's learning to trust that you are being led where you need to go, to tap into your resilience and the ability to pace yourself, to know that you are on the right track even if you don't see any indication that you are, because universe has your back. Ultimately, it might not always seem that way, it might not always look that way, but you are being led, and the point is to focus on the step that's right in front of you, and to, if you need to, take the time to refortify yourself. In this flag here makes me think of like a car race. And in any kind of long car race, specifically, they may have to make pit stops. They have to change their tires and get new oil and gas up. And if they don't, something's going to happen that's going to just take them out of the race completely. And or a marathon runner, they need to stop and grab water real quick. They need to, again, there's this pacing thing where you're kind of right in the middle of it, and and starting to feel like there's a sense of hopelessness creeping in, and needing to trust. And then whatever's not working for you, whatever's holding you back, whatever's dragging you down, to release it, to let go, so that you can build up your momentum again to get to and through the finish line, past the finish line. And then the third card is the mending card. And this is the reason, this was also in protection. And this was the final thing that made me think this could be about a love situation, at least for someone, because it talks about heartbreak. And that heartbreak it is painful. There is a reason it is called heartbreak. It literally feels like your heart is breaking. However, heartbreak is actually a really it's a it's a somewhat beautiful kind of experience, especially once you've made it through. Because what it does is it's breaking your heart open. It's allowing you to, it's forcing you to drop the mask to, that you normally wear, going about life, just kind of thinking your thoughts, doing your thing. And heartbreak takes you out of that and puts you, it's like being in an altered state. And it allows you to see things in a whole different way. It really changes your perspective on everything, and allows you to start to open to other people, other situations that you might not normally be open to. And it helps to break down the faulty structures, the faulty parts of the foundation. Again, there's that break in the word, heartbreak. And when I think of it as like we typically kind of build a wall around our heart as we're going through life. We're not just hanging everything out on the line, um, being our most vulnerable selves, which in some cases is necessary and important, but it becomes a habit. And the heartbreak breaks that wall down and allows you to access parts of yourself, how you feel, how you show up, how you connect with the world, with yourself, with other people in a whole new way, in a much more authentic way. And that is the place where you can build from a more solid foundation. You know, if you're actually doing the work, if you're actually working on healing, owning your part of something, trying to see where things went wrong, the things you could have done better, the things that you could have um, kind of, I mean, it always comes back to us, right? It always comes back to, where did we not have healthy boundaries? Where did we play into a certain dynamic? Where did we have knee-jerk reactions that were not appropriate for the situation? There's always a communication breakdown with heartbreak, that leads to heartbreak, that leads to an end. And needing to figure out, like, where did that communication breakdown happen, and how can you do something differently moving forward? Lots of self-reflection in the heartbreak. And some people don't. Some people, they feel it and then they go into blame mode and victim mode. That person did this thing to me, and now I'm going to take it into my life forever. And every single person that I come across, I'm going to project my pain onto them, regardless of what they're bringing to the table. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you do the work, if you actually go within and figure out, again, all the things, how to heal, how to forgive yourself, forgive the others, then you're able to move forward, and you're able to vulnerably and authentically allow in something new from a totally different place, and have a different experience. Okay, so yeah, lots of splaining today. I'm going to clarify with the good tarot to begin with. Justice. Finding justice in a situation. Finding the balance, cutting away what doesn't serve anymore, cutting away those crumbly bits so that you can rebuild. She's got the moon behind her. Tapping in, the moon to me represents intuition very often. And it's like tapping in to your deepest knowing, your intuition, which is your direct line to your higher power. That's where you get your downloads. And that allows you to see clearly what needs to be cut away. That will help you find the balance. And we have a major arcana. So, it's a big journey. It's a long journey, but it's going to be long lasting as you do the things you need to do. 4 of water. Why? I don't know. I always have trouble with this one for some reason. 4s are about needing needing to create stability and structure in your life. It's around the emotions. Water represents emotions and the intuition. Um, Let me pick the other one and then I'll get the book out. 3 of Fire. This is being able to see the opportunities in front of you, moving forward confidently, knowing that there is something better coming down the line. She is at the helm of her ship, and it's knowing that you can achieve what you want, achieve your desires once you build on a more solid foundation. Let me look at the 4 of Water here real quick. Some of these just don't stick, and I don't know why. Dreaming and introspection, contemplation, taking that time to go within and the intuition, tap into your intuition and figure out what needs to be cut away. Where in your life do you need to learn to pace yourself to become more resilient to the place that you're at? Because when you're in the middle of heartbreak, it can feel like it's just going to go on forever. Like it kind of feels like being lost in the desert. And it can feel like dying. And but taking the time to feel it, to be in it, to process whatever comes up, to not push it away, to not pretend that you're not feeling it, not compartmentalize, gets you to that place where you do come out the other side. It's not going to go on forever. You get to that point where you do see the finish line in the distance, and this is you coming out of that and being like, oh, I see the finish line. Okay, it's like the renewed vigor. It's the second wind, where you're like, okay, still hurts, still sucks, but I'm gonna make it. I can see now my destination. Trust. It also says trusting in the abundance of opportunities. And this is about that, being able to see that there is an abundance of opportunities. If we're talking about a person here that you're feeling heartbreak about, this is you realizing, cutting that person away and realizing that there are a lot of fish in the sea. There are so many opportunities out there. But as long as you're looking at the door that's closed behind you, you're not able to see the doors that are opening up in front of you. Oh, man. Okay. Woo! Big stuff. Birth, rebirth. This is Wisdom of Avalon, by the way. Yeah, you're going through a rebirth. Birthing a new part of yourself. Experiencing a rebirth in your life. This is you, birth. I don't remember, but I've been through it on the other side, having had my own child, and it is not a comfortable experience for anybody. The baby coming through probably is not enjoying the ride very much. You're getting squeezed over and over again. And it's a very small place that you're coming out of. Sometimes it messes you up. My son had a little weird thing with his neck when he was a baby. And it's messy, and there's there's some things about birth that are intense and painful, but it's necessary so that you can get to this new place where you're learning how to use these new parts of yourself, and um, learning to be in the world in a whole new way. And it's a whole new world to you. So, there's a little bit of adjustment period as well. But once you're out, then you start to get your bearings, and you start to see, like, your vision gradually becomes clearer and clearer. You start to learn how to walk, how to, it's the process. The water fairy, feelings and emotions. Feeling those feelings and emotions that are coming up through the heartbreak. Not pushing them away. Not pretending they're not there. Some people are really good at that, but it doesn't mean they've gone away. It's like, sweeping dust and stuff under the rug. It's still there. It's just hidden. But now it's like it's building up. And, if you've got, oh my God, if I have crazy cats today, if you have dust mite, you can have dust mites, you can have, other kinds of things like living in there, bacteria, germs, whatever, growing, just making it more and more gross. Again, it's not gone. It's just pushing it away. And so then it festers. And so you're really being called to feel it. Even as painful as and uncomfortable as it is, let those feelings come through. Don't let them get stuck. And that's going to help you move to the other side. Forgiveness. This card is about forgiveness in the upright. Making amends. And forgiveness is, I say this a lot, forgiveness is not about letting somebody else off the hook. This is unsticking you from the situation so that you can move forward confidently without the baggage. And forgiving yourself as well. I think very often people get down on themselves for allowing themselves to be in a situation. Often with hindsight, we look back and we're like, what was I thinking? Why did I even let myself go there in the first place? But we don't know what we don't know until we know it. And that's kind of the curse and the beauty of hindsight. And it's understanding, like, you've always done the best you could in any situation, and to have compassion for yourself. And now you've learned the lesson, which is the gift in the whole experience, because that allows you to go to a whole new place where you can build on this more solid foundation and make your life what you do want. So, our biggest growth usually comes from our biggest pain. So trust and know that you're being led to a better place in yourself, in your life, regardless of how things look. Recharge your hopes. Yeah. You recharge your hopes because you know this is the right thing. Deep down somewhere in you, you know that this situation had to end. It was not working. And even though there's pain, you're coming to a place where you're starting to see that it was necessary, and that there are so many options for you, because you're starting to turn around and look toward toward the door, toward the wands. Opportunities abound in our world. We just don't always see them. Test of courage. It's a test of courage to feel your feelings, to allow whatever is coming up to be there. It's a test of courage to forgive. Because especially if you're in a place of feeling betrayed, feeling resentment, feeling anger, feeling bitterness, feeling sadness, grief, sorrow, it's a test of courage to face those emotions and accept them, knowing they're part of the process, and move forward anyway. Balance and harmony, having the patience to find your balance in this situation, get back to a place where you feel harmony within yourself and in your life. And you're going to do this. If you're not already in this place, you're on your way. You're on your way to finding the balance and the harmony once again. But it's like the upward spiral. You started here and you're starting to come around and you're going to be up here now. And balance, yeah. Cutting away what doesn't serve brings the balance. Okay. Oh, where are we at? My goodness, this went fast. I think I'm just gonna dive into the numerology cards to finish up here. I just want to bring us back around to the title of the song, Last Time. Whatever you're going through, this is the last time that you will be in this place. Chances are, because you're learning your lessons. The last time you allow yourself to ignore the crumbly bits that your foundation is built upon. Perseverance. Yes, you gotta just persevere. Regardless of how it looks, just keep moving. Keep moving forward. The 4, we got 4s on the table. So many 4s. Find structure, balance, stability, creating stability in your life. Individuality. Really learning who you are and owning that. Being really good with it. Whatever situation you're coming from, you were compromising yourself in some way. There's a good chance you were not showing up as your most authentic self for whatever reason. Maybe you didn't even know this part of yourself. In this situation, your heart breaking open is allowing you to really get in touch with who you are, with where your values have shifted, where your life doesn't support this new part of yourself, and like stepping in to yourself, owning that amazing you that is like nobody else in the world. You have something really important to bring to the table, to this life. So own it. Allow yourself to discover that. And completion, completing the cycle, finding your balance once again, getting back to that place of harmony. You will do it. You are on your way. You are on your way. You will complete the race. And you move forward confidently, happily, completing the rebuilding process, completing the birthing process, the rebirthing, the cutting away, to find your balance. So much. So really good, really big, kind of heavy. Heartbreak is not fun. And, you know, it's a part of life. No one is immune to it. It hits us one way or another, sometimes several times, but you always get through it. You always, always, always do. And when you're doing the work, you come to the other side and you're better for it. So I wish you well on this journey. And thank you for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and night and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.